Hi, today is 10th July 2020 and from today exactly 140 days are remaining for CAT 2020 and today we are going to discuss 3 questions from the numbers. So you can pause the video and try to solve these 3 questions. Okay, now let's start with the discussion now. So here it says, first question, the digit of a positive integer n are 4 consecutive integers. So I can say, let's say the number is n and it's a 4 consecutive integer. So the 4 digit number is in the form of A, B, C, D. And it's a 4 consecutive integers in decreasing order when read from left to right. So it is in the decreasing order from left to right. Okay, so I can say that C is nothing but it is equal to D plus 1. Okay, and B is equal to D plus 2. And the value of A, it will be comes out to be equal to nothing but that is D plus 3. So these are the different values here. Now, another thing that since all A, B, C, D must be a single digit number. Okay, all of them must be a single digit number. So I can say D plus 3. All these values must be lesser than equal to 9. So from here we'll get that D is nothing. D plus 3 is also less than equal to 9. So this implies D is nothing but less than equal to 6. Okay, D is less than equal to 6. So one of the ways you can write down all the values. Okay, start with D is equal to 6, then C is equal to 7, B is equal to 8 and A is equal to 9 and so on. You can write down there will be 7 numbers and find out, or I can straight away say it's a 4 digit number. So all this 4 digit number, it can be written as what? I can say this is equal to nothing but that is 1000 A plus 100 B plus 10 C plus D. And this will be equal to substitute the values of A, B, C, D. So if I substitute the values of A, B, C, D, that will be equal to 1000 into A is equal to what? That is D plus 3. And 100 into B is equal to what? That is D plus 2. And 10C, so 10 into C is equal to how much? That is D plus 1. And in the last D. So if you add all of them, what is it is coming out to be? So you can see here, this value, it will be equal to how much? 4 times 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, that is D. Plus, then you can add 1000 into 3, which is equal to 3000, plus 100 into 2, that is 200. So 3200, 3200 and 10 into 1. So that is 3210. Okay, this is 3210. Now I need to divide, this is the value of n. And now we need to divide this expression by what number? By 37. So if I try to divide this number by 37, what is the remainder? So first of all, if you divide 4 times 1 by 37, okay, the remainder will be comes out to be 1. And if you divide 3210 by 37, the remainder will be nothing but that will be 28. Simply divide this number by usual method and you'll get the answer which will be equal to 28. So I can say when n is divided by 37, this 4 times 1 when divided by 37, it leaves a remainder of 1. And this D when divided by 37 leaves a remainder D. So write down D. As D will be lesser than 37. D is a single digit number. Plus 3210 when divided by 37 leaves a remainder 28. So basically whenever n is divided by 37, the remainder will be equal to 28 plus D. So what are the possible remainders? So possible remainders, it depends upon the value of D. So what are the possible values of D? I can start with D equal to 0. So when D is equal to 0, the remainder will be 28. When D is equal to 1, the remainder will be nothing but 29. When D is equal to 2, the remainder will be 30. And then at D equal to 3, it will be 31. At D equal to 4, it will be equal to 28. Sorry. 28 plus 3, 31. 4 is 32. And then I can say 33. Maximum possible value of D is 6. So that is 28 plus 6, that is 34. So we are getting 7 possible remainders. And we need to find out the sum of all the possible remainders. So the sum of all the possible remainder is 28 plus 29 plus 30 and so on. 31, 32 and 33 plus 34. So if you add all this value, it will be comes out to be 217. So the correct answer for this question is 217. So I hope that it is clear to all of you. Okay, now let's move to next question, that is question number 30. Now here it says, find the least positive integer such that when its leftmost digit is deleted, the resulting integer is 1 by 29 of the original integer. Let's say, since I need to find the least, so let's start with a 2-digit number. Single digit number is not possible here, because if it is a single digit number, so if I remove one digit, there will be no number left out. So let's start with a 2-digit number, AB. So the moment I remove A, I'll get the what is the integer after removing A. Okay, remove A, so I'll get that is B. And this value B is 1 by 29 of original integer. So that is 1 by 29 of the original number, which is equal to nothing but 1 by 29 of times A into B. Okay. So least positive integer such that when the leftmost digit is deleted, that is A is deleted, this is a 1 by 29 of the original. So I can say from here I am getting what? That is equal to 29 times B is equal to AB. Now remember AB, it is nothing but it's a 2-digit number, which is 10A plus B. So I can say 29 into B, it is equal to nothing but that will be equal to 10A plus B. So from here I'll get that is 28 times B, it is equal to 10 times A. Or from here we can say that the value of this will be equal to how much? I can say this will be comes out to be 5A, which is equal to nothing but that is equal to 14B. So from here we can say that B by A, it is equal to 5 by 14. So the smallest possible value of B equal to 5 and A is 14. But remember, A is a single digit number. So it means this case is not possible. Why? Because B is 5 and A equal to 14. So A is a single digit number. And this is the simplest form of the fraction. So that's why this case is not possible at all. Now, let's say if it is a 3-digit number. So if it is a 3-digit number ABC, we can say this is in the form of what? 100A plus 10B plus C. It's a 3-digit number. Now, if the leftmost digit is deleted, what will I get here? That is the number is BC, which is equal to nothing but that is 10B plus C. And it says it is the 1 by 29th of the original integer. So this is equal to 1 by 29 times of the original integer, which is 100A plus 10B plus C. Now cross multiply. So if I cross multiply, I'll get 29 times 10B plus C is equal to 100A plus again 10B plus C. Take this term on the left hand side. So I'll get 28 times 10B plus C. So 10B plus C, which is equal to nothing but that is 100 times A here. And cancel for few of the terms. 4 is common, so I can say that is 7 times 10B plus C. It is equal to nothing but that will be equal to 25 times A here. Okay, that is equal to 25 times A. Now from here I can say this is 10B plus C upon A. It is equal to 25 by 7. Now remember, this is the simplest form of the fraction, and A, B, C, all of them are single digit numbers. So from here we can say A is equal to 7. And if A is equal to 7, which means 10B plus C, what is the value? 10B plus C, it is equal to 25. And 10B plus C is nothing but it's a 2-digit number BC, which is 25. So which means B is equal to 2 and C is equal to 5. Okay, so what is that number? A is equal to 7, B is equal to 2 and C is equal to 5. So I can say the answer is nothing but 7 to 5. Okay. And also you can see here 7 to 5. The moment you remove the 7, what will I get? That is 25. And 25 is nothing but that is 725 by 29. Okay. 725 by 29. So that's the correct answer. So the answer of this question is 7 to 5. And that's the smallest one. Now, let's move to the next question. That is question number 31, or the third question of today's session. Again here, if you look at here, what is happening in this case? It says let x and y be a 2-digit integers. Okay, so both of them are 2-digit and y is obtained by reversing the digits of x. Alright, so x is a 2-digit number, so I can write down x is nothing but it is a 2-digit number. Let's say x is equal to AB, and it's a two-digit number, so it is in the form of 10a plus b. And y is also a two-digit integer in the reverse order, so I can say that is BA, and BA is equal to nothing but that is 10b plus a. And it also says that the integer x and y satisfy the equation x square minus y square is equal to m square. So the difference of these two, that is x square minus y square, it is a perfect square. Okay, so the difference of these two digit number is also perfect square. So what is that here? Now one of the ways that you can write down the list of all the perfect square and you can check, okay, that which two perfect squares when subtracted it again results in a perfect square, but that might be a lengthy also. So just take here x square minus y square. Alright, so x square minus y square, I can say this is equal to what? X is nothing but that is 10a plus b whole square. Okay, minus y is equal to what? That is equal to 10b minus whole square. Okay, 10b minus or 10b plus a whole square. Now we know that x square minus y square, it is basically equal to x minus y into x plus y. So simplifying this, so instead of opening the bracket, so a minus b into a plus b. So x minus y. So what is x minus y? So I can say x is equal to 10a plus b minus y, that will be equal to 10b minus a, into x plus y. What is x plus y? That is equal to 10a plus b and plus 10b plus a. So if I solve this, the value of x square minus y square, that will be equal to 9a. I can say this is 9a minus 9b. Alright. And other term is equal to 11a plus 11b. So 9 is common and 11 is also common, into I'll get that is a minus b into a plus b. So 9 is equal to 3 square into 11 into a minus b into a plus b. And we know that this term x square minus y square, it has to be a perfect square. It is equal to m square. So now you can see this is here. So 11. So left hand side is 11. So I need one more 11. And remember, both a and b, they are single digit number. They are less than or equal to 9. So the maximum possible value of a plus b is nothing but that is equal to what? 18. Okay. So out of these two number, a minus b or a plus b, one of the number must be a multiple of 11, but a minus b can't, because a and b, if both are less than 9, so the difference of the two numbers cannot be 9. Sorry, cannot be 11. So which means a plus b is definitely equal to 11. So if I am getting a plus b equal to 11, so I'll say this is equal to 3 square into 11 square and into a minus b, which is equal to m square. Now we have got that a plus b is equal to 11. So and a minus b, it has to be also perfect square. So you can see what are the possible values. A equal to 9 and this is 2, but 9 minus 2, it is equal to 5, which is not a square. Then a equal to 3, a equal to 8, b is equal to 3. So 8 minus 3, 9 minus 2 is 7, which is not a square. 8 minus 3, that is equal to 5, which is not a square. Then I can say that is 6 plus 5, sorry, 7 plus 4 is 11, but 7 minus 4 is equal to 2, a minus b, which is not a square. So 6 plus 5 is 11 and 6 minus 5 is equal to 1, which is a square. Which means the only possible values of a and b is nothing but that is 1. Then only the right hand side, this entire term, it is a perfect square. So it means we know that a plus b, it is equal to what? That is 11, and a minus b is equal to 1. So basically here a equal to 6 and b is equal to 5. Okay, so I can say this will be equal to what? This will be equal to 3 square into 11 square into 1. This is equal to m square. So what is the value of m? M is the square root of this, which is equal to 3 into 11, which is 33. So m is nothing but m is equal to 33. And we know that a equal to 6 and b equal to 5. So what is the value of x? X is equal to ab, which is 65. Y is equal to nothing but BA, which is equal to 56. And in the question, we need to find out what is x plus y plus m. So what is x plus y plus m now? Okay, so I can say x plus y plus m. X is equal to 65, y is equal to 56, and m is equal to 33. So x plus y plus m, it will be comes out to be equal to how much? 154. Add these three, it will be 154, and this is the answer. So I hope that it is clear to everyone. So thank you. You can get the PDF of all this question on our WhatsApp group and the Telegram group. So please join our WhatsApp group and the Telegram group, and you'll get the PDF of all these questions. Thank you.